I heard you're looking for a transformer. How does someone go from stage fright to interviewing a prince on stage?
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I wonder now, can you summarize that in one sentence?
Let me take you through my journey. But first, entrepreneurship and innovation are more than just buzzwords. They're tools for real transformation, ways of reshaping reality from the inside out. I've always asked what makes people suffer? How come some people seemingly flourish while others drown in their thoughts, circumstances, and trauma? And how can we best create systems that support both healing and growth? Did you know that almost every single person is going to experience a health disorder in their lifetime, mental or physical? And these aren't our expiry dates, they're signals, and yet most aren't taught how to listen. We treat symptoms instead of root causes, and we invest in treatment rather than prevention. Lastly, we often ignore the subconscious, even though it's running 95% of the show. We're building mental health apps, awareness campaigns, even therapy models, but we rarely ask if the body feels safe showing up. We are creating solutions for people in society without looking at their relationship to the self, their internal programming, nervous system, and beliefs. And that's the real world problem I care about. People are trying to build meaningful lives whilst being disconnected from themselves, stuck in dysregulation, shutdown, burnout, survival mode, and it's costing us clarity, connection, and creativity. According to the US Library of Medicine, as much as 80% of our creativity can be shut down when being in a dysregulated state. And creativity, I'd argue, is essential to any true innovator, like a transformer. So at age 17, I moved from Norway to Armenia to study at a United World College and embrace my inner changemaker. By the end of first term, I pitched a mental health committee, hoping to spark something beautiful. It was met with resistance, and I couldn't get my vision across. What felt like the worst day of my life soon became the start of something much deeper. I realized I was trying to change the world without truly knowing who I was. And that's when my real transformation began. I looked inward, unlearning the belief that I needed to shrink to belong. I embraced self development, became a peer listener. I took theater and performed a solo piece, even though it terrified me. I cried throughout my TEDx Youth Audition, before then performing a successful talk on habit transformation in Armenia's capital. But this isn't about achievements, it's about showing what happens when you turn pain into purpose. After Armenia, I moved to the Netherlands to study entrepreneurship and innovation at the Unknown University. I dived into the world of entrepreneurship and I applied exercises from exposure therapy to grow into my character. Being in the center of attention and crowded rooms used to terrify me. Therefore, I'm dressed like this in the middle of a business event. And my character did develop, but I quickly learned external growth is shallow if your internal world doesn't feel safe. And that's when it hit me. I want to help people transform and shift their reality. My generation isn't broken, we're just wired for survival in a world that forgot how to feel safe. Most people don't need more motivation, they need regulation. I want to build a science backed, soul led platform that equips the people with the tools to transform and shift their reality, starting with safety. Something that doesn't just raise awareness around mental health, but offers embodied tools, nervous system practices, and subconscious reprogramming techniques. My methodology is still evolving, but that's what innovation is. But why am I the one to speak on this? Because I don't just preach transformation, I embody it every day. When I came across the Transformer program, I was convinced that this isn't just an accelerator for ideas, but an incubator for real changemakers. For long, I chased what lit my fire, until I realized what keeps my flame burning: passion, purpose, meaning. I'm here to build a community where we make superheroes out of our internal saboteurs, because even our shadows are trying to protect us, and when we learn to listen, they can become our greatest allies. That's what I bring, and that's the future I see for Transformer.